This is your UOW update. I'm Sophie Harris. Touted as a snowy mountain scheme of the 21st century, the National Broadband Network proposes to change the way we live and communicate. The man at the helm of NBN Co has made a special appearance at the university to share his business insight with members of UOW's E-Club.
When it comes to starting a business from the ground up, Mike Quigley knows his stuff. As the Chief Executive of NBN Co, he is in charge of launching Australia's biggest infrastructure project, which comes with its fair share of challenges.
We invited him to the Entrepreneurship Club to give his view of what it was like to launch Australia's biggest startup. When you take something that big from a standing start 3 years ago to something as big as it is now, there's surely all these lessons to be learned.
We were a startup. I was the first person in the company. The company really didn't exist, so we had to build it from the ground up.
The Illawarra is one of the leading areas for startup companies, many of whom will benefit significantly from the NBN.
The Illawarra will be a fabulous early test market.
I run a startup called Lifebox. We're trying to record everything about your life and digitise it online to kind of become immortal.
The thought of being portrayed in print as a walrus or as a fat controller would be enough to scare most of us out of the public eye. But not David Campbell. The former pollie is donating his collection of political cartoons to the UOW archives. NEUTZE reports.
David Campbell has had a successful, if sometimes controversial, career in politics. Over the past 2 decades, he's been collecting political cartoons, some flattering, some not so much.
Well, your first reaction is, oh no. Then your next reaction is, well, what is the family going to think? And the third reaction is, so be it. It means that someone's paying attention.
When Campbell offered the cartoons to UOW at a party 2 years ago, University Librarian MARGIE JANTTI jumped at the opportunity.
I kind of describe them as the modern-day court jester. They're one of the few people who have that liberty or licence to actually satirise and lampoon highly influential and senior people.
The cartoons will be on display here in the Panizzi room for 2 weeks, after which they'll go into the university archives and be a permanent learning resource for all students.
They're so eloquent in being able to, capture 1,000 words in a single image.
NEUTZE, UOWTV.
The University of Wollongong has kept itself on the international map with the renewal of a research partnership with the Shanghai Institute of Microsystem and Information Technology. The renewal marks an important affiliation for UOW and will last 5 more years.
Research at the University of Wollongong has always been an area of success and progress. Now, with the renewal of a partnership with CIMMIT in China, a leading research and development centre, the potential growth of this area is huge.
It gives us the opportunity to have exchange programs. We've had lots of joint publications with them. We have the opportunity to go to their facilities.
Staff at UOW believe it's a great opportunity to expand the partnership, which has so far proved successful.
They're going to expand it to materials in general, to superconducting materials, to battery research, energy materials, and it really fits in with what we're doing at UOW.
The next 5 years have a promising start.
We're looking forward to building it bigger and better.
Hannah Robertson, UOWTV.
Surfing is an iconic part of Aussie culture and it's been the subject of many films over the years. The latest is Raw, created by Illawarra filmmakers Mark Brightwell and Cohen Banfield. Belinda CLEARY reports.
The world premiere of Raw has caused waves of excitement to surge through the local surfing community.
We would just like to welcome you here to the official world premiere of Raw the movie.
Karen and myself have been putting our heart and soul into this film for the last 2 years, and it's just been so surreal to turn out tonight.
The film has already reached international success by being accepted into surf film festivals around the world.
We've submitted the film into numerous festivals, New York being the pinnacle of them all, and we were selected with the likes of guys like Taylor Steele and Kai Neville, who are extreme sports surfing filmmakers.
The community has celebrated the use of local breaks and surfers in the film.
I thought it was fantastic. It reminded me of a current version of Endless Summer. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it's good to see local guys shred, but yeah, and some sick local waves.
While sailing might not be the most popular sport in Australia, it certainly is making headlines. UOW engineering student Jack Dawson has come away with a silver medal at the World University Match Racing Championships.
I was stoked. I mean, I've never been to Europe, so to go to Europe and then just to represent sort of Australian universities was a great opportunity, and we had a great time, so it was a lot of fun. Dawson's passion for sailing began when he was young, and it continues to grow. I started sailing when I was 8 years old. I moved from Wagga to Sydney, and Dad introduced me, took me straight down to the sailing club. I suppose it's just the independence and the freedom. During that time, you're not really thinking about anything but the sailing, and so I guess it just disconnects you from society a bit and gives you a good break. An eclectic mix of stories featuring the latest UOW Literary Society zine. The second edition launched drawing a crowd of enthusiasts to Unibar.
The theme of this semester's zine is the winter of our discontent, so we just got 16 writers to tackle that theme in poetry and stories.
It's based off my housemate who put up a Cody poster on the house one day, and we had this big argument about it, and maybe gave me an idea for a story of someone who hates Coney and someone who's obsessed with Coney, this clash about Coney.
And finally, little has been left to the imagination at this year's FCA nude auction. The auction again showcasing a large range of works from visual arts students and raising money for their annual grad show.
I think it was a smashing success.
Students and staff thoroughly enjoy it, so it's a very successful day.
So it was really exciting at the start. I got a bit nervous about what was going to sell and what wasn't.
A lot of these are up-and-coming young artists whose work is very affordable at the stage.
It was really, really good outcome, I think. I think we're going to make a lot of money, which is good, exciting. People really wanted to buy it. It was amazing.
Come back next year.
Yeah.
It'll be bigger.
Yeah, and it's fun.
That's your UOW update. I'm Sophie Harris.